Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the first episode of KJ's What Happened. I'll be covering the last week, but since this is my first show, I may go a little bit beyond that, just this past week. But I have some things I just want to kind of cover and talk about. So let me check real quick with the chat and make sure you guys can hear me okay. We've had some problems with that on other shows in the past. Let's see here. You hearing me good, folks? How are you? Can you hear me? Just checking. All right, cool. That's good. Just want to double check. Hi, Mia. It's one of my mods is here. I'm just going to get right into it, man. First, too, I also want to give a big shout out and a thank you to those that support my work, whether it be through Patreon or a donation or even supporting silver. Actually, last week I called them silver colloidals, but it's silver botanicals. So check out silverbotanicals.com. Replace your household products that might be killing you, and probably are, some of them, with something all natural. I think it's a good deal. I don't want to see you die too soon. Not before your time, at least. So thanks for supporting. If you'd like to support, I'll leave links below once this is uploaded to YouTube. You know, I take my time with videos on my channel, and that doesn't mean I'm not researching things. I have tons of little bits of information I come across each week, and I always wanted to find a way to share it with you, and this is how I'm going to start doing it. I mean, I could make a video like every day about each one of these stories, but I just think that's too much, you know? So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Let me go here and open my window, and we're just going to chat. Now, you've probably seen all this stuff. I know this isn't really anything new. It's all them been accused of the sexual misconduct. There's a wave of this going on right now. The Weinstein aftermath. I want to show you something interesting about Weinstein also here in a bit, but here's just kind of some of the guys. I don't even know some of these names, but I'll just kind of scroll it down, and we're sharing a screen so you can check that out for yourself. But my thing is this, man. This has become so huge. I'm beginning to wonder where it's going to go and what it could be used for. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons of people getting busted for this now, and it's someone new every day, it seems like, or every few days. Matt Lauer from NBC just got busted for this, and they immediately pulled him off their schedule, off of his shows. And he was a big deal there for a long time. So there's a few different angles I look at with this stuff. One thing is, I'm loving that a lot of the people that are getting busted are these, hardcore liberals, right? It's like these men that portray themselves as, they're for women, they're male feminists, they're good liberals, they're all about women's rights, they care about the women more than anybody else. Meanwhile, these are some of the creepiest pervs scraping their knuckles across this earth. And I think it's great that their hypocrisy is being exposed. I think it's great that all this darkness is coming to light. We need more of this. Like, I've prayed about this. Like, please, Lord, let these people that have been abused for so many years, legitimately, give them the courage to step forward. Take down these serial abusers. And it looks like that's what's been going on, like more and more. Some real creepers. Here, I'll scroll down some more. There's David Blaine. In a piece published by the Daily Beast, model Natasha Prince claims the magician raped her in 2004, shortly after her 21st birthday. Prince reported the incident to London police, and investigators contacted Blaine's lawyer, Marty Singer, to return to the United Kingdom for an interview, said the report. Interesting. George Bush, Louis C.K., he's so gross. I've got a video I've had in the works forever. I have a lot of videos like that I got to be putting up. I'm just waiting for other pieces to fall. But one of them is on comedians, and it's how gross a lot of them have become. and just unfunny, really miserable people. A lot of these people, these famous comedians nowadays, miserable people. And Louis C.K. is one of them. I've never found him funny. And he admitted to this, but the actor and comedian known for his vulgar humor was accused of sexual misconduct by 5 women in an expose published by the New York Times on November 9th. Among the claims, comedian Dana Min Goodman alleged CK exposed himself and started masturbating in front of her and fellow comedian Julie Wolov in his hotel room during a comedy festival in 2002. CK admitted to committing the acts described in the Times piece. He says these stories are true. He wrote in a statement released by his publicist. And that was on November 10th. And since he's been losing a host of jobs. Awesome. Good. Let them all fall. Bring them down. But there's other aspects of this I think we have to look at too. I've been thinking a lot about this. Because in a lot of these cases, this misconduct took place in some cases decades ago. It doesn't mean it's right or anything, but it's like it's a real witch hunt, to take another angle on this, it's a real witch hunt. Very dangerous territory because there's going to be people who are just seeking the spotlight, There'll be people who may want to lie about abuse. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. These people have to be vetted for sure. And remember when this stuff started, some may say it was kind of a Cosby-ish type thing, but when it really kind of launched off was the whole Donald Trump, Billy Bush thing. Like that's when this stuff kind of started, when Donald Trump was heard on camera saying that, to grab the women by the, you know what I mean? So that kind of launched it off, but now look at this, man, it's crazy. So, but it's interesting, what it's creating. It's creating this kind of mindset that basically anybody who's caught, sinning or doing something wrong, they should be immediately destroyed. Immediately. Anybody caught doing anything wrong or naughty, sinning, should be immediately destroyed. That seems to be the message here, doesn't it? In some ways. I'm not saying these guys shouldn't be going down. I'm just saying in a bigger picture, it's kind of a mindset I'm seeing. So where could this go from here? It could go a lot of places. Because it's kind of creating this mindset, this kind of hive mind mindset. Again, that, once someone's caught doing something naughty, something against the mainstream perhaps, anything that the majority doesn't agree with, once you're caught doing something like that, bye-bye, you're gone, you're destroyed, bye-bye. And what if this were to get more intense? What if this starts turning into other things, not just sexual misconduct, but other things, other ideas, people who maybe, again, against the mainstream narrative, the Hollywood liberal narrative. What if you come off with, God forbid, Christian ideas or some kind of religious ideas? And the mainstream doesn't like that, or they don't want to promote it. All of a sudden, say you're a celebrity. It starts with these people, the high profile, right? But you're a celebrity and they find out you're a Christian or you have some certain values, and it's like, you're destroyed. Now, I know that mindset's been out there in Hollywood forever. It's been kind of low key. I'm just saying, what if it all just starts getting more intense? What if it doesn't stop at just sexual misconduct? It makes you wonder. I'll scroll down some more here. On the news article, there's Nick Carter, John Conyers, Andy Dick. He's always seemed really creepy. The actor and comedian Road Trip was accused of groping people's genitals, unwanted kissing, licking, and sexual propositions of at least 4 members of the production on the set of the independent feature Raising Buchanan, according to a report from the Hollywood Reporter. In an interview with the news outlet October 30th, Dick denied groping claims but admitted to licking and propositioning people. He has since been fired from his role in Buchanan and was let go from a separate film for similar behavior. Creepy. He's a creepy guy, that Andy Dick. Creepy guy. Richard Dreyfuss. Hamilton Fish. Al Franken. Another really creepy dude, Al Franken. It's been a real pleasure watching him being destroyed. But of course, I know, like with my faith, you're really not supposed to take any kind of joy in seeing the wicked being punished or anything like that either. You're supposed to care for them and feel bad for them. And I'm working on that. I really am. Most of the time, I think I'm like that. Occasionally, though, I can't help but cheer some of this stuff. Alex Galady, don't know who that is. Gary Goddard. David Gulod, don't know. Mark Halperin. List goes on and on. Dustin Hoffman, another creepy guy. You can find this. You can Google it for yourself. Look up pictures of Dustin Hoffman kisses man, and you'll see this guy. He's an interesting character. No doubt another one of these Hollywood types that has a beard. They call them beards. These women, they'll get married, and then the woman's their beard. It's their cover-up while they're, down low gay or whatever else they're into, right? Dustin Hoffman. The Oscar-winning actor known for Rain Man and The Graduate was accused of sexual harassment by Anna Graham Hunter in an article published by The Hollywood Reporter on November 1st. Hunter alleges he talked about sex in front of her while she was a 17-year-old intern on the set of his 1985 TV movie adaptation of Death of a Salesman. Hoffman apologized in a statement. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so we got that story. All right, let's move on, man. I'm going to jump to this. Speaking of Harvey Weinstein. Second. This is interesting, man. I thought this was pretty interesting. Harvey Weinstein's army of spies, the film executive hired private investigators, including ex-Mossad agents, to track actresses and journalists. In the fall of 2016, Harvey Weinstein set out to suppress allegations that he had sexually harassed or assaulted numerous women. He began to hire private security agencies to collect information on the women and the journalists trying to expose the allegations. According to dozens of pages of documents and 7 people directly involved in the effort, the firms that Weinstein hired included Kroll, Kroll, which is one of the world's largest corporate intelligence agencies. This one's my favorite, and Black Cube. Black Cube, an enterprise run largely by former officers of Mossad and other Israeli intelligence agencies. Interesting. The Black Cube connected with the Zionists. The negative aspect of Israel and those that proclaim to be Jews, but they're not. The Black Cube. Back to Saturn. You've seen the pictures of some of these people in Israel literally wearing the black cube on their foreheads for their rituals. So it's interesting, right? The black cube, man. Connections to the Zionists, and this is what Weinstein was using. So you see the connection to Hollywood as well. Crazy. Thought I'd share that with you. Let's see what else we got here. I've got a bunch of stuff just kind of picked off here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen the series Black Mirror? It's on Netflix. If you haven't, you're really, really missing out. A lot of the time in the kind of videos I do with my channel and things I explore, it's symbolism in movies and TV shows. And a lot of this stuff, I try to expose, because I know there's wicked intention on the creator's part of this sometimes. It's all about the intention they put behind the symbols. However, I also believe that there's people out there that are good people that are working for God, if you will, and they've been given success in some of these arenas, and they get to show us some truth in some very interesting ways. I don't know Charlie Brooker, who's the guy who created Black Mirror. I don't know this guy. I can only judge him by his fruits. And his work is incredible. Check out Black Mirror, man. It'll really wake you up. I'll tell you that. If you don't, It's basically the new Twilight Zone, but it covers the horrors of technology, the possibilities. Anyway, it's coming back, man. Season 4, it's coming back. I'm looking forward to it. They haven't said when it's coming back yet, but they're putting out the trailers now. So you can go online and check out the trailers for the new season of Black Mirror. And please check the show out. It's so much truth is in this show. So much. So Black Mirror, let's see. Also, I can't remember the name of it, but I just stumbled on this a few days ago. Charlie Brooker, the guy that created Black Mirror, has another show he did on the BBC, or the 223, the inverted 322, run by Masons. Sure, okay, fine. But again, sometimes there's some interesting things that come out of there. But he has a show on the BBC from a few years ago where he does like these 30-minute talks on pop culture and things like that. I can't remember what it's called, but you can look that up if you like his work. And you'll find episodes of it on YouTube. So it's pretty interesting stuff. It's always interesting to me to get inside the minds of some of these people, you know, like really see what they're thinking. So let's go and jump on to the next. What else we got? Here's that. All right, next story. I'll probably do a video on this. This is I don't even want to get so much into this subject here of the flat earth, but I found this interesting here. It's on Popular Science. 10 easy ways you can tell for yourself that the earth is not flat. I would check this out. I saw somebody posting this in some forums for flat earth people to see if they could debunk. And it definitely started a lot of controversy, I'll say that. And I didn't see them debunking a lot of this. So that's it. I may do a video on this and could just kind of read the article and put it on my website. So I don't know, but I wanted to share that. Let's jump off to the next thing here. What else we got? Okay, this one right here. So I've been working on an idea, a video about Dr. Phil and what he's doing with guests and things like this, and that'll be up sometime. I'm kind of piecing it together, but the girl in this video, that's Danielle Bregoli, and she's the girl that became famous from Cash Me Outside. How about that? She was a Dr. Phil guest, a really naughty, like 11 or 12-year-old, always getting in trouble. And during the interview on Dr. Phil, she was talking back to the audience and threatening them with violence. And anyway, she became a sensation. And this is the world, promoting garbage like this. I don't know this young lady. I'm just saying, like, what she's kind of standing for. She's sexualized. She's like, at this point, what, 13, 14 years old, maybe 15 at the oldest at this point. But so she's a kid, but everything you see her in, she's highly sexualized. She became a celebrity after the Dr. Phil show. And yeah, so there's that. But anyway, so she got a record deal and she's putting out music videos. And here's something I noticed the other day. I even commented on it down here. And so I'll just click this. No thumbs up, no nothing. The scariest movie ever. 049 sold out to Illuminati makes sense now, but I'll click 049. And there it is. Like I said, you could make videos on this stuff all day long. I could be pumping out a video every day and showing you some of this stuff. But again, I think it just cheapens my overall work. That's just me. That's why I try to pack the videos with a lot. But these are little observations I make all the time. But there she is with the Illuminati pyramid, the illuminated pyramid with the eye, tattoo, and a serpent right next to it. So, right. So no surprise, there's other occult imagery that pops up in some of her other videos. So this is a kid that sold out, like you literally now you're looking at this young millennial, teen, tween, that is truly sold out to this Illuminati satanic beast system out there in Hollywood. So she'll wind up being huge, I'm sure, at least for a while, if she can stay alive or if she can keep her head together. But it'll be interesting to keep our eyes on this one and see where it goes, So there's that. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, this one. This is crazy. I just did a video on artificial intelligence. Not a lot of people got to see it, man. Like my channel itself, anyway, has been in the naughty corner of YouTube for a very long time. You know, my videos used to be hundreds of thousands up to millions of views within a few weeks, at least over 100,000 easy. I'm not bragging. I'm saying that's the way it used to be. But it's like they turned the faucet off back in October of last year, of like 2016. And a lot of my videos just drag, and I don't even think some of you are getting a chance to see them. So this one has been out 3 days. It has like 30,000 views. So it hadn't really been seen by many. So please check it out. It's called They Are Teaching Us to Worship Electric Gods. So I've always been interested in this subject. I'm interested in a lot of subjects, but so I covered that a bit. But here's a news story I didn't put in there. Facebook's new CAPTCHA test upload a clear photo of your face. Facebook may soon ask you to upload a photo of yourself that clearly shows your face to prove you're not a bot. Ruh-roh. The company is using a new kind of CAPTCHA to verify whether a user is a real person, according to a screenshot of the identity test shared on Twitter on Tuesday and verified by Facebook. The prompt says, please upload a photo of yourself that clearly shows your face. We'll check it and then permanently delete it from our servers. Okay, sure. Do you remember about 2 weeks ago, there was a story that came out on Facebook where they were asked, I think it's Facebook Australia, they were asking people to send nude pics to Facebook. And of course, the same thing. We'll delete it from our servers. We just want to make sure we do this to help you out in case there's any, like revenge porn or revenge sexting or something like that going on Facebook. Look this one up. This happened. All right. And they're literally asking citizens to send them their nude photos. I mean, gosh, that's the problem. So many people, we're not living in a world that people love to share, and they tell everything about themselves. It's like there's no more respect for anonymity, or being hidden or hiding a little bit or mystery. It's like share everything, put it all out there, right? Well, now that attitude's going to start working against people the more that technology advances. We see it right here. It's the last thing you want to do. I mean, this is data mining. Bad news, okay? Bad news. Bad news bears. In a statement to Wired, a Facebook spokesperson said the photo test is intended to help us catch suspicious activity at various points of interaction on the site, including creating an account, sending friend requests, setting up ads, payments, and creating or editing ads. The process is automated, including identifying suspicious activity and checking the photo. To determine if the account is authentic, Facebook looks at whether the photo is unique. The Facebook spokesperson said the photo test is one of several methods, but automated and manual, used to detect suspicious activity. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, here it is. The new authentication scheme is the second in recent weeks that relies on photos. Earlier this month, Facebook asked users to upload nude photos to Facebook Messenger as part of an effort to prevent revenge porn. Facebook said it would use the nude photos to create a digital fingerprint against which to compare future posts. Facebook said the photos are hashed and then deleted from its servers. Okay. We trust you, Facebook. Let's see what else we got here. Brown University to allow students to self-identify as persons of color. Barf. Barf. I'm putting this in a video. This is one of a piece of something I'm putting in a video, but it's just an example of, confusion is spreading like a wildfire in the hearts and minds of everybody in the world, not just in America, it's everywhere. From fake news to gender fluidity, people are losing their freaking minds. These are the times we're in. Brown University is implementing a change to its graduate school application that will allow applicants to self-identify as persons of color. Multiple efforts by the college fix to clarify the details of this change were ignored by campus officials. The policy comes as a result of complaints made by graduate students on the Graduate School Advisory Board that international and Asian American students are not treated as members of historically underrepresented groups by the university, according to the Brown Daily Herald. One graduate student, Lydia Kello Bennett, told the Herald that this decision has led to institutional invisibility for these students. Barf. Brown defines historically underrepresented groups as American Indian, Alaskan Native, African American, Hispanic, or Latinx. I've never seen that before. Latinx. 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 That's a cool word, though. Like, I mean, really, I've never heard that word, but just reading it now for the first time, looking at it, I like it. Like, I almost want a gold chain with a gold Latinx on it. It's got to be big. Or like if I owned a Jaguar, like an actual one, like a cat, I would want it named Latinx. Hispanic or Latinx and Native Hawaiian and/or Pacific Islander. The school's diversity initiatives are intended to benefit members of these groups. Brown's criteria for historical underrepresentation caused some students to not receive invitations to certain events, such as multicultural student dinner, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, just an example. We're seeing a lot of this stuff. I just saw something, maybe it was in England, but they're trying to outlaw the terms mom and dad. If you look that up, if you find that, maybe you can put a link in the chat while you guys are chatting or under the video, but they're trying to outlaw the terms mom and dad. They're trying to get more gender fluid. Know what I mean? So we're moving on here. What do we got here? Oh, this one. Disney debuts first boy princess with chest hair to teach a powerful lesson about gender bias in the progressive cartoon Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Star vs. the Forces of Evil. In a recent episode of the Disney XD channel animated series, the character Marco Diaz transforms himself into Princess Marco Turdina. Before Marco is able to confess that he is pretending to be a princess, the evil headmistress Miss Heinous outs him as a boy by exposing his chest hair. However, the other princesses insist that the boy can still be a princess. That warms the heart. I'm kidding. Barf. A Disney animated series has introduced its first male princess, complete with chest hair, to share an important message about gender bias. In a recent episode of the Disney XD channel animated series Star vs. the Forces of Evil, the character Marco Diaz transforms himself into Princess Marco Turdina for his visit to St. Olga's Reform School for Wayward Princesses, where he is to be given an honorary degree. However, before Marco is able to confess that he is pretending to be a princess, the school's evil headmistress, Miss Heinous, outs him as a boy by exposing his single curly chest hair that is hidden underneath his purple gown. Of course, it's purple. It's purple. Purple is red and blue. And these are the two sides of masonry. And purple goes back to the Saturnalia cults and the worship of Saturn and Satan, depending on what kind of confirmations you get, right? Everything, you have to have confirmations. There has to be a reason for all this. But this is a Luciferian agenda, so I'm not surprised to find connections with Saturnalia. That's just me off the top of my head. What can I say? There's some pictures of it right there. Bum, bum, bum. Turdina isn't a princess, she's a boy, Miss Heinous tells the audience, but the headmistress's revelation doesn't affect the princess's favorable views of Turdina. We get it. We get it. I got it. There is a Freemason hand sign as well. And this is Marco removes his gown, confesses he's been lying about being a princess, but why else would he be doing this? Look it up if you don't. Some of y'all know this stuff, but if you don't, the bear claw is done like this, but there's another one that looks exactly like it. So look it up. Prince Harry's been doing it a lot lately. Anyway, the horns. Oh, look, two boys kissing on this Disney show. It's a Disney show. Neat. Neato. It's a good one to watch with the kids. All right, so I got to get away from that. Gross. What else we got here? Here's one. Speaking of kids. Speaking of those crazy kids these days, we got this story here. I did it to kill people. 11-year-old Louisville, that's Kentucky, girl crashes truck into home. Louisville, Kentucky, a Louisville family is shaken up but unharmed after a truck slammed into the front of their house on New Cut Road near West Indian Trail last week. The driver, an 11-year-old girl whose family said has autism. What causes autism? Reportedly said she did it on purpose. It sounded like a bomb went off, said Joshua Pate, whose home was damaged. Everybody was in shock. Everybody's still in shock, he said. Pate had just gotten home from work around 2:30 p.m. Friday when the crash happened. 5 children were sitting in the living room at the time of the crash. He believes the couch saved their lives. He says the love seat slid around and made kind of like a barrier. The back of it is kind of high, and I think the kids just slid with the love seat. The girl who was driving was not injured, but Pate heard her talking with police after they arrived on the scene, and the officer couldn't believe what she said. He was like, "Excuse me?" And she said, "I wanted to kill people." 11 years old. The wheat and the tares. The tear. Look it up. And he said, "I'm sorry. What did you say?" And she said, "I wanted to kill people." Seconds before, Christina Bryan was driving north on New Cut Road when the truck slammed into her vehicle. Bryan's car hit so hard it spun several times, creating cuts in the pavement. Her vehicle was totaled. "Where were the parents when this little girl even got into the car?" asked Bryan, who has minor scrapes and bruises now. "How did this little girl even get access to the keys?" Pate has the same question. His family is renting the home, and the Red Cross stepped in to help, but the family will be displaced for at least a month until the home is repaired. The girl's grandmother said she thinks the girl was influenced by an animated TV show where a character steals the keys to a car. Imagine that, a child or anybody being influenced by a TV show or a movie. Some of us get called retarded and all kinds of names for pointing this truth out. It's mind control. TV, movies, commercials, most media. The girl's grandmother said she thinks the girl was influenced by an animated TV show where a character steals the keys to a car. They had been hiding the keys for some time because the girl had tried to grab the keys off the counter before. Pate said he forgives the girl, but what he really wants, he hasn't gotten. "All we want is an apology from the family, pretty much," he said. "We haven't heard from them and haven't heard from anybody." Both Pate and Bryan said they plan to take legal action against the girl's family. I did it to kill people. 11 years old. Good times. Here's a good one. Not a good one. This is a sad one. You see the picture? Iranian teenager has 50 cosmetic procedures in a botched attempt to look like Angelina Jolie. Some of you are probably just listening. You can't see this, but you know what? I want to see while we're here. I'm going to make sure this isn't fake news. This is the only source I found, but I didn't do a whole lot of looking. Let's see. I just want to make sure there's some other sources because in a second, one of the stories I talk about tonight is about fake news and a fake news website that a lot of people are falling for lately. So let's see here. Oh yeah, it's real. Okay. All right. Okay. Verified. Lots of different sources. There it is. Jeepers. Jeepers, that's some scary stuff. Make it go away, mommy. Iranian teenager has 50 cosmetic procedures in a botched attempt to look like Angelina Jolie. And look at this picture. Zoinks! Exclamation point. And you know, like, I'm not the type that would ever make fun of this. I just want to show you. This is sad. There has to be tons of pain that this young lady's dealing with to do something like that to herself. You can't do something like that and feel good. Especially, I mean, it's right there in the headline 50 cosmetic procedures. I mean, this is a person that's addicted to these procedures. And she's mutating and destroying the natural beauty that God gave her. So these are people I don't think you should mock and make fun of. It's like you got to pray for people like this. I hope people reach out to this girl and try to guide her and counsel her, you know? Find some self-esteem, something. But it's easy to look at stuff like this and, oh, I hate that person. Oh, look, it's a monster. You know, get the fire, boys. We're taking the monster down. But just think of like all the pain. There's got to be a lot of pain to do something like that to yourself. See what we got here. Let's read some of this story here. I don't remember her ever looking that good. That's a good picture of Angelina Jolie. She looks to me kind of like a monster now, you know, but that's a darn good picture of her there. Wait. Yeah, that's her. Oh. And then that's the kid, that's the child that's had all the surgeries to look like Angelina Jolie. Man. See if they give a story to this. I'll read some of this to you. Let's see. There's some more pictures. I mean, that's not as bad. I don't know why, but this one up here looks like her skin's gray. That's not as bad. That's still creepy. Sorry, I know. I'm just saying. Yep, still kind of scary there. Tabar is her name. Tabar's appearance is so extreme that some have speculated whether or not it is actually the result of plastic surgery, claiming that it could also be created using makeup and prosthetics. Wow, look at that, man. It's like a being from like another place. Tabar doesn't let the haters stop her from embracing her cosmetically crafted transformation. Do not be afraid to be different. Be afraid to be like everyone else, is what she says. Whoa. The greatest happiness is that we are for ourselves, she captioned a photo. Many have likened the 19-year-old's look to that of Emily, an undead zombie bride in Tim Burton's 2005 movie, The Corpse Bride. while others have thought her face is more reminiscent of a warped Salvador Dali painting. Burn. So there's that story. Okay, this one I have to show you. Here's the deal. This comes from Third Phase of Moon on YouTube. Now, no offense to any Third Phase of Moon fans out there or whatever. I'm subscribed to them too. But it's been my personal experience that, a lot of things I've seen on the channel, I just personally don't think are very trustworthy. Sometimes it seems a bit CGI and a bit clickbaity sometimes and things like this. So I'm not necessarily promoting this channel. It's not about the channel, but they did come across some really interesting footage. And I've tried to look this stuff up in other places. I can't find it. That doesn't mean it's real. I just did a video I've done a few videos over the last few weeks, different kind of UFO footage from around the world. And you don't see this stuff talked about in the mainstream in the first place. And sometimes the best footage is some of the low key weird stuff you just kind of find randomly or that people send you. So I'm going to play some of this out for you. And I know it doesn't help if you're listening, but I'll kind of like talk about it as we go through. But anyway, apparently somebody sent this in to Third Phase of Moon. And it's very interesting footage of something that apparently crashed in Japan. I've been trying to find other sources on this. I can't find it. That's where you guys come in. If you can find something more on this story, let me know. I'm very interested. With that being said, I'll go ahead and start playing some footage here a little bit. Do you see it there? Look at that. It's this big, looks like a blob of gold when you first look at it. What's interesting, it shows where it actually hit the city street in Japan, and just kind of like you see in movies, like a meteor hits and it leaves a trail of just crushed concrete and dirt and destruction. And that's what you have here. You see in the background, it's actually being filmed in a city. You can even see a reflection here in a second from the girl filming it. You see it right there. So this isn't some CGI thing or whatever. That's a real deal. But look at this. It's unbelievable. This big gold weird thing crashed in Japan. Again, it's filmed in the city. You see cars driving by, people looking at it, buildings all around, several people walking around it, filming it. To me, it looks like some kind of ancient technology. I mean, it seems like some weird ancient technology that for whatever reason fell from the sky. I mean, that's just my kind of second or third impression. There's another shot of it. It's going back to this guy. Let's go back here. There we go. So check it out. There it is again. What do you guys think that could be? Interesting, right? You see the people, the reflections this guy's pointing out. So people walking around it, filming it. Big, weird mass of, it looks like gold or something metal, shiny. And almost looks like a statue. I don't know. It's hard to make out. But my first impression is that it's some kind of ancient technology that fell there. What do you guys think? I'm going to jump to the chat for a second while we're doing this and just see what you guys are thinking about this particular picture right here. What do you guys think about it? Someone said maybe a broken clock, looks like a sculpture, silver lamp. Someone said it's a modern art exhibit, but then if it is, why does it look like it hit the city street and left a trail and crushed all that concrete? Debris, polished chrome, alien Buddha, flux capacitor from the government, looks fake Hollywood to me. Hologram, a space Jew, Ghost Band said. A star. I don't know, man, but I think it's interesting. So yeah, if you guys can find something out there on that, let me know. If you can find any information on this, that'd be really cool. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I've been digging. I can't find anything else. So we'll stop on that one. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, we got this one. Beauty boys. Yay. Yay. More confusion in the world, especially focused on children. It's where it hurts the most. They really attack innocence and purity. They really attack the children. And it's an entity. It's a spirit behind all this, a spirit that truly hates humanity and definitely hates purity and innocence. Beauty boys. You got to say it like that. Beauty boys. Beauty boys, makeup influencers seem to be getting younger and younger. That picture, man. I mean, jeepers. That's a 10-year-old kid right there. For a while now, the so-called beauty boys phenomenon has been on the rise in the cosmetics world. Primarily on Instagram, this surge of influencers is making serious waves, with some even launching their own product lines with major names in the industry. Most of them are well into their adult years or in their late teens. But we're starting to see the age bracket extend. Jack Bennett from the UK, for example, has an Instagram account boasting more than 300,000 followers. Since going viral with his makeup tutorials, Jack has been profiled by the New York Times and Refinery 29 over the last 6 months. He is 10 years old. What were you like when you were 10 years old? Think about it. What were you into? When you were 10 years old, what were you like? What were you into? Could you imagine even thinking about stuff like this? I mean, specifically to the 10-year-old boys out there. 10 years old, and these boys are doing this. Look at this picture. God help them. Oof. That one kind of popped out at me. Kind of scared me there for a second. Scared Chubbs, too. Jeepers. Men like Patrick Simondak, 28, Jeffree Star, 32, and Manny Gutierrez, 26, among others, have amassed huge followings on social media. What was once a niche interest has sparked serious attention from the public, the fashion and beauty press, and makeup producers. The trend seems to be on the rise. No surprise there. We're living in the upside down. It's as above, so below. It's in the Bible. We'll be living in a time where everything that was considered good is bad, and everything considered bad will be considered good by worldly standards. The trend seems to be on the rise, as Instagram's data team has noted a 20% uptick in mentions of makeup by male users on the platform since the beginning of the year. Shame on you guys. The appeal of male makeup icons is a blend of nuance and skill. Many of them have risen to fame for their abilities in applying makeup. Their channels on sites like YouTube have in-depth step-by-step tutorials on how to create iconic looks and styles. And it only makes sense that with the success of some of the older guys, younger teens and boys might want to follow suit. Barf. Their rise also coincides with an ongoing public debate over topics like transgenderism and gender expression. Jake Warden, a 15-year-old makeup blogger, says that for him it's more about personal expression than anything to do with gender. He says, "I didn't think about gender identity. What you do with your life, things you associate yourself with. I think no matter what gender, you are free to do what you want. I did it my way." It's that Frank Sinatra song. Look that up. Some people have written about how that's the most satanic song ever written. I did it my way. I'm a horrible singer, I know. You're free to do what you want. He told the New York Times. Jake Warden. Jeepers. It's a 15-year-old kid. That's what you got. It's what you get. It's a 15-year-old kid. That's what you get. Let's see some of the comments down here. Okay, so I guess sexualizing a child is cool as long as it's gay, okay? Yes, I thumbs that up. No parent would let their 10-year-old daughter put on false eyelashes, caked on makeup, and put pictures on the internet for all the pervs to see. So why is this supposed to be okay? Bloop. Thumbs up. Good. Look at all the people going against it. Pedophilia would just love. The media is mainstreaming the thought it's okay to sexualize children, and it's not. Thumbs up. Plump, plump. Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. What else we got here? Let's see what happens. Oh, there it is. Obama to meet with world leaders in China and India. I've done some videos in the past on Obama. There's a lot of people who are convinced he's the Antichrist. There's no doubt he is an Antichrist. He is definitely an Antichrist. I don't, I take it day by day. I'm trying to see how it all plays out. But is he the final? I definitely believe there's a chance he's coming back. And I've done some videos on that as well, my reasoning why. So he's still in the news. And this is unprecedented. Like, the title here is Obama to meet with world leaders in China and India. Obama's trip to China comes weeks after President Trump's visit to Asia, in which he met with Xi. I'm guessing that's Z or Xi. It's the president of China. Former President Barack Obama will meet with various world leaders during an upcoming trip to China, India, and France. Obama plans to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I don't know, before traveling to Paris, France, The Hill reported Tuesday. A spokesman said Obama will be speaking at summits during his travels. The Obama Foundation will be hosting a town hall on Friday in New Delhi, to expand the conversation about what it means to be an active citizen and make an impact. Obama's trip to China comes weeks after President Trump's. White House advisor and first daughter Ivanka Trump is in India until Thursday. Blah, blah, blah. But what's interesting is that he's basically following Trump. And it seems like something an Antichrist would be doing right now. Like you said, I think there's a great possibility he's coming back, whether he'll be the new president of America or the president of the world or whatever it be. It's something to watch for him taking his step in a more of a global position of leadership. But first has to come the event, World War III, or the events in America, the next 9/11. Many of us believe it's going to be, one of the components will be in New York City. A tsunami caused by a nuke just off the coast or in the city, and it's going to wipe out New York, a large part of New York at least. Something to watch for. Obama to meet with world leaders in China and India. You can find these apps, if you're totally new to this subject, you can find these apps for your iPhones, your smartphones, or whatever, where you can voice record and you can change your voice and you can reverse it. Make sure you find one you can reverse. I found a few throughout the years I used that were free. So you can find some that are free. And just put in there, what is it? Yes, we can. It's Obama's slogan. Just go forward, go, yes, we can, and then play it backwards. And clearly it's thank you, Satan. Now, this isn't news to some of you, but it will be news to others, because I know that, we're constantly evolving. I get new audience members, and some of you guys aren't really, or gals, or both, aren't really, up on all this stuff. This is spiritual stuff we're dealing with. There's a lot of really wicked things around Obama and his wife/husband. So these are things to look into. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. I'm always watching Obama's moves to see what's going on in correlation with how much the mainstream narrative is trying to get rid of Trump as a president. We'll see. All right, here we go. Okay, I got some splaining to do on this last little bit here. This is no offense to this YouTube channel. It's called Kininigan. I'm actually subscribed to him. I like a lot of the things he's put out there. They're interesting. But I'll show you why I'm putting him up here. He's got the story here. Mel Gibson, Hollywood is full of parasitic blood-drinking pedos. And he winds up referencing, he's a smart man to use DuckDuckGo, by the way. Here it is. Mel Gibson, Hollywood is den of parasites who feast on blood of kids, but it's from yournewswire.com. Guys, yournewswire.com is one of the biggest fake news websites you can find. And they've been debunked in multiple articles. You can look up yournewswire.com, debunked or exposed. And these aren't just YouTube videos. These are articles from papers and people online. And you'll see that they've been debunked time and time again. I'll show you some examples of that. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I'll just read some of this. Let me take a quick drink here. Sometimes it's hard to tell if a news site is being satirical or if they're just posting fake or incorrect news. Such is the case with yournewswire.com. Check out this article. It is now illegal to wear an anonymous mask in America. Police in America have begun cracking down on people who are caught wearing the anonymous mask in public, arresting them without due process. The most recent case of a man harassed and arrested by the police for sporting an anonymous mask happened in the House gallery during the Maricopa County hearing over suspected election fraud. The actual report from the Arizona Capitol Times says Espinoza and Brown said a security official pointed out a man in a Guy Fawkes mask and wearing dreadlocks as an agitator, but they said he sat quietly as the main agitator led chants. So before this, Your Newswire also published a video of the late Stanley Kubrick admitting that he helped NASA fake the U.S. moon landings. Snopes.com has a great debunking of that, they say. Now look, Snopes sucks. And I'll show you something. Let's do this right now. Let me show you something on Snopes. We'll look up Alex Jones. I mean, it's a good example to start with. And you can do this for almost anybody, but let's see. Well, I guess they're not doing it over here. Let's see, Alex Jones. Okay, my bad. Sometimes when you do this, you can see where they've already started this. Google has started this thing where over here on the right-hand side, it'll show the website you're looking for. It'll put up things they've said, and it'll show how Snopes and another website has debunked everything they've said. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. I thought that might show up. I don't know what I did wrong. Anyway, I'm just kind of jumping off the topic, but the point is that Snopes was appointed, and this is real news, by Google to be one of their fact checkers. So you can see that in action in some searches, but I didn't see it there. Anyway, moving on. So it says here, okay, before this, Your News published a video of this line. Snopes did a great debunking of that. November 2016 revision. You'll be seeing a lot of these crop around here and there since we've added additional categories for review. Blah, blah, blah. All right, that's about it anyway on that article. But let's just take a look at a few things. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at yournewswire.com. Well, even right there, it says, this is from CBS News, yournewswire.com, fake news sites to watch out for. Your Newswire Rational Wiki. Your Newswire is a Los Angeles-based clickbait fake news website known for disseminating conspiracy theories. Well, there we go. And here's another one. And some of you have probably seen this. Look up Keanu Reeves on YouTube, and a fake news story about blood of babies tops the search.
Celebrities are basically mortal gods.
And there it is. I'm showing you a picture of it. Keanu Reeves, Hollywood elites use blood of babies to get high. Fake news. Right here it says the fake Keanu Reeves story has now received more than 20,000 Facebook engagements. And there's YouTube showing you. I'll do that right here. So here's this. Mel Gibson. Let's see how many people are using this story. And the thing is, you can't trace these stories anywhere else. You can't find where it originated from. All these stories are originating from your newswire. That's how we know that we're dealing with some fake news here. All right, so we paste this, see what pops up. Oh, no results. Let's give it a second. I don't know about you guys, but YouTube's been running really glitchy for me lately. All right, so we'll skip that, I guess. I tried. But that's one thing you can do, even following this right here. And you can see a screenshot here of all the Keanu Reeves Hollywood elites. Here we go. They posted a screenshot here, but look at all the people who are running with this story. Keanu Reeves, Hollywood uses the blood of babies. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. So this is fake news. Like I said, it's totally being promoted. So I just wanted to share that. Just be careful of this yournewswire.com. Definitely fake news. I'm seeing a lot of people running with their stories and they're not doing the research. Again, that's not trying to call out. Oh, sorry. That's not trying to call out Kinnigan. I like the channel, but he's one example of many on YouTube that are going to Your Newswire for their news and their videos. And it's clickbaity stuff. I mean, this is why Your Newswire does it. These are clickbaity titles. They do stuff like, Jay-Z turns into a reptilian during a plane flight, or Nicole Kidman tells the truth about Hollywood Illuminati sex parties and stuff like this. I mean, it's clickbaity stuff. It's stuff that's going to get some views, put a couple bucks in your pocket. And I know there's going to be YouTube channels that do that on purpose just to throw a couple bucks in their pocket, but I'm not saying Kinnigan, but I know there's others out there that will. So we've got to check our sources, man. I mean, there's literal fake news running around out there now. So anyway, there's that. So bye. I'm just kidding. So you know what? I think that's about it, man. I think that's what I had for you. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the show. It's been about a good hour or so, but thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be doing this every week on Friday nights for now at 8:00 p.m. Central Time. I'll still be throwing some catching up with KJ shows in between. I've also got videos always coming up on YouTube. Sometimes it's just one a week or so, but it takes time for me to build these. But in between that, I'm also updating my website. So you can go to my website, whoiskjosborne, OZBORNE.com, and you can see videos there that I'm posting throughout the week as well. So if I'm not busy on YouTube, I'm doing that. Once again, thank you to those of you who support my work and allow me to continue evolving my work and doing things like this through Patreon, through donation, or through supporting my sponsors as well, Silver Botanicals. And again, I'll have links below for all of that. So thanks again, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a good weekend. You guys take care. And until then, we'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye.